Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We got a slightly different one today. It's a Mk6 Angel Eye headlight with the halos and everything. So we're going to be fitting this onto my dad's car. So it's a bit of a different one. Obviously it's not a Mk6 Fiesta, it's a Mk6. But there's a lot of people out there that kind of want these headlights or like the look of these headlights or just want to see me fit the headlights onto the car. So that's what we're going to do. Now then, the important things to take note, obviously they come all pre-wired. The only things that don't come wired are the halos. So the plan I think for these is to wire the halos into the side lights, which I think is either this one or this one. So once we've wired it into that, we'll probably remove the side light bulb just so the side light doesn't come on, and basically that way we can use the side lights as daytime running lights for them. So these are the stock headlights. So the only tools you need, I think, is a 10mm spanner and a Torx bit, but we'll have a look at that in a second. Okay, so the first Torx bits you need to remove are the T30 Torx here, T30 Torx here. You also need to unclip this front grille, which is here, and then underneath here you've got a 10mm bolt just inside there. Cool. Next thing we need to do is unplug this, so there's a little clip. So now we're just going to put the new headlight back in, connect the wire. So the problem we're coming across at the minute is when we're sliding all of this in, the indicator housing here is hitting the metal, so we might have to trim maybe a bit off of the actual indicator. I guess we can call it like a wing nut or something. Trim that off and it should be able to fit. So we've managed to push the actual whole housing down, and that allows us to kind of slide the indicator in. But otherwise it fits quite nicely around the outside. That's kind of how it sits. So we come across two small little problems. First one is almost like this locator pin thing. So I've just removed that and it slides in a lot more. And then secondly was the indicator bulb. Now the indicator bulb itself is hitting this small frame here. So we're just going to cut like a finger's width out of this and just kind of do like a V shape. And then that'll allow this indicator here to slide in. Okay, so what we've done, we've hacksawed this bit of plastic out, and as you can see it just fits the indicator lovely there. And now all the holes, once pushed in, should line up. So that's them all fitted. A little bit of like a push to kind of get these side edges seated nicely. Obviously it is on a semi-old car now, but they look really, really good. So we're going to go on to part two now, which will be wiring the halos or angel eyes, or whatever you want to call them. We're going to be wiring those into the side lights and going from there. Okay, so this is kind of part two of the install. So part one was all about just making sure the headlight unit fits and works before we start kind of stripping wires and kind of doing connections. So this is how you're going to install the halo / angel eyes onto the bottom. If you can see just here, we're going to install those. So what we're going to do is we're going to wire them into the side lights. So one of these is your positive, one of these is your negative. I'm not 100% sure which one's which. Taking a guess, probably the black is the negative, white is positive. So we'll wire it that way around first of all, and I'm hoping these are color coded, such as red is positive, black is negative. So what I'm going to do, you've got 4 wires up here, or 3 wires, sorry. 3 pairs of wires. We're going to basically wire all of the red ones together. So just crimp them around, and then we're going to use one of these spade connectors. So this spade connector here, we're going to thread all the wires through this hole, crimp it on, and then so for the actual joining onto the light itself, we're going to use these connectors, which will go onto these 2 wires here, which is your side light. So all 3 positives are going to come together. Okay, so I've joined all of these together, hopefully you can see that. I'm just going to double check it fits into where I'm crimping it. And it is actually a perfect fit. Don't know if you guys can see that, obviously it's a bit zoomed out, but it fits absolutely perfectly into there, which is awesome. So I may actually commit right now and crimp this. So I'm going to use some crimpers, obviously because it's a blue one, we're going to use a blue. We're going to make sure the wire is fully pushed in. So you've definitely got physical contact. Now we're going to pop this into here, give it a nice big squeeze. And that should be the wires securely crimped in. So that's our, I can only assume, our positive completed. Now we're going to do the same for the negative. So same process. Cool, so they're all fully secure. I'm now going to crimp this. Cool, now that that's crimped, that's not going anywhere. So once again, we've got a nice connection there, we've got a nice connection over here. So now we need to splice into the actual side light itself. So looking down here, once again, this is our side light bulb. You can tell because it's a small, tiny, useless bulb that you shouldn't really run because it's worthless. But anyway, positive, negative. I'm going to only assume that the black is negative, as it looks like all of the blacks from all of the different bulbs are going to one kind of external connection. So I can only assume that's negative, and the white one will be your side lights, or positive. So now it's just picking kind of what one we want to use, so hopefully it focuses on this. So hopefully you can see that this yellow one so as you can see, this yellow one has that kind of size, the red one has that kind of size, and then we've got a blue one which is kind of a mid-range. So I think we'll try the blue first of all, or maybe the yellow first of all, see if that connects, and then we're going to go from there. So back onto here, I'm just going to find the wire, and basically all you do is you close them up, squeeze them together, and it should cut into the wire. So I'm just going to feed it onto here, give the wire a little push just so it's seated nicely, and then clamp it down. Now what I like to do, obviously you don't have to do this, but you can reopen it again and just have a double check to see if it has actually made a connection. You're not going to cut through the wire because obviously it'll only cut so deep. But to me that hasn't cut deep enough. So I'm going to go down to a blue. Yep, we're going to go down to a blue, same thing. I'm going to pop it in the same place. And that did go down to wire. I'm going to pop it in the exact same place, push that in, and that's that done. And then we can connect our positives up to here. And then we're going to do the same with our negatives. So this is your negative. Same process, same place. And that is your negative connected. So that's one headlight done. So you've got 3 negatives going into the negative of the side light, you've got 3 positives going into the positive of the side light, and that's how it should look once it's wired up. So this is them now all wired up with, we've got the side lights on. Obviously we are in sunlight at the minute, but we've got the halo rings on, and we've also got an auto beam bulb up top right. Obviously it's up to you guys whether you want to run a bulb up top light or whether you just want to run the rings. I guess we're going to run that side light bulb for now, but if we wanted to we could just disconnect the bulb and just run the rings themselves. So that concludes the install of the Mark 6, I guess we can call them angel eye headlights. You can find them on eBay, I'll put a little link down in the description. Overall build quality is pretty nice. Obviously it takes a bit of jigging to kind of get them to fit completely correctly, but that may just be down to the fact that my dad's car's pretty old. It's in pretty good condition, but you know, it's still an old car, so obviously the bumper may have sagged a bit or the wings may have been damaged in the past. So there's obviously many factors in terms of whether it's going to fit or not. The only thing I'd say is once you've got them installed, either go and see someone and get your headlights adjusted correctly, so that way you've got the correct beam pattern and the way it should be. We're going to do that tonight and just do it ourselves, like in a darkened industrial state somewhere. But other than that, they're pretty easy to do. Obviously you don't have to wire up the angel eyes, but then why buy the headlights if you're not going to have that style of headlight? So super simple to do. All you need is spade connectors and the tap connector, I think they're called, but I'll link it all down in the description. If you guys need any help with it, let me know. If you guys want to see more mods on the Mark 6, maybe I can convince my dad to start modding his car big time, or even if you just want a little showcase or show around what he's currently under his car, because he's put ST seats in there, he's cleaned them immensely, changed some of the interior panels, stuff like that. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bit of a different one today. Obviously there will be more Mark 7 content coming, I promise you. That's the main reason why I've made this channel. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.